In today's video, we're going to be discussing the reasons why I left the bedside. Hello, if this is the first time you're watching any of my videos, my name is Mayela and I am a registered nurse. I post videos here on my life as a nurse and thrifting, and today, like you see in the title, I'm going to be discussing the reasons why I left the bedside. So first of all, I just want to give a big disclaimer and say that there is nothing wrong with bedside nursing. It's just not made for everybody and definitely was probably not made for me. Now let's just go into a little background about myself and my path as a nurse. So I graduated nursing school in 2009 and also got my license in 2009. And that was a time of a recession, so it was a little bit hard. It was hard getting a job. It did take me 2 years or 2+ years to finally get a job. And when I first graduated, I was mostly only looking at bedside nursing positions, because when you are in nursing school, that is all they talk about. We are told that we need to go do a year of med surg, and then from there we can go and specialize in whatever specialty we want. So yes, I was only looking at bedside nursing positions, and eventually I did get a position at a SNF or a skilled nursing facility. After working there for about a year, I went to a vent and trach unit where I was taking care of patients that had tracheostomies, and some of them were on ventilators, so I was managing their ventilator settings and all of that. And then after that, I went to a subacute facility. So in this subacute facility, we had patients that were freshly discharged from an acute setting hospital, and a lot of them had all kinds of drains and PICCs and IV antibiotics and IV medications and a lot of fresh incision wounds. So there was all kinds of things going on there. So I would say I had quite a variety of experience in different bedside settings. After doing that for about 4 to 5 years of bedside nursing, I knew it was time to get out of there. Well, I guess now we're going to go into some of the specific reasons why I left the bedside. So first of all, it is high stress. If you have ever worked in the bedside, maybe as a nurse, a LVN, LPN, a CNA, you know that things are moving fast. For most of the part, they're moving fast. It can be life and death situations. Patients can be very demanding, especially if family is there. So it was a high stress environment. The moment that I walked into work, it was go, go, go. I was literally running around trying to take care of all my patients, and that was one of the main reasons why I decided to leave the bedside, because it was really, really high stress. Something that was, I guess, causing high stress was the unsafe patient ratio. So here in California, we do have patient ratio laws, but in the settings that I was working on, I would say they didn't really apply, because when I worked in a SNF or skilled nursing facility, I had up to 35 patients, and yes, I was only doing mostly med pass, but that is a lot of patients for one nurse to be responsible for a shift. And most of these patients had not just one medication, they were on 10 to 15 medications, sometimes twice a shift. And on top of that, they had wound dressings and all kinds of other stuff that needed to be done. So I would say the unsafe patient ratios was another reason that caused me a lot of stress, and another reason why I decided to leave the bedside. I felt that I was putting not just the patient's safety into jeopardy, but my nursing license into jeopardy. And I don't know about you, but I worked really hard to get my nursing license. So to me, it was not worth jeopardizing it for a job, especially knowing, well, actually at this time I still didn't know all the possibilities that we had as nurses. like, once again, I still thought that we only worked at the bedside and that was it. Something that ties along with unsafe patient ratios is short staffing. Every nurse's worst nightmare. I remember going in, and the days that we would go in and find out that we are short staffed with, and I really knew that it would be a crazy hard day, because now instead of having 3 nurses, we had 2 nurses with the same patient caseload. So we were always short staffed, and I would say at the places that I worked at, the employee retention or employee turnover was really high. So we were always running around trying to juggle all our patient loads, and on top, I mean, the patient loads were already heavy, and on top of that you have short staffing, and that just made it even worse. So I started noticing that I was dreading going to work. I was getting pre-shift anxiety. Yes, that is real. I would have to get to work a few minutes early, sit in my car, close my eyes, and meditate, mentally prepare myself for the crazy shift, because you never knew what was going to happen. And any bedside setting, I would say, is probably the same thing. You go in and anything could happen. You don't know what you're walking into, but it could be a smooth shift, or it can be a crazy shift, or they can just all be crazy every day. But I would say it was definitely taking a toll on me mentally and physically. It is heavy physical labor. Not many people talk about the heavy physical labor that we do as nurses, and that is along with the mental thing that was going on with me. The physical demand was high. So that is one of the reasons why I decided to leave. I started finding out that there were other settings that nurses could work in. So I started looking at a whole bunch of different jobs on Indeed. I went to my local county's job opening page, and I started applying to different ones, and eventually I was able to find a job at a clinic. So that is what got me out of the bedside. Like I said, the bedside was definitely taking a toll mentally on me, and I knew that I had to make a change. So I was so grateful when I got a position at a clinic, at a county clinic, and that is what led me to be out of the bedside. I no longer work at that county clinic, but I do work with the county still as a public health nurse. Now I am a public health nurse, and I care for our farm worker community in my county, and I absolutely love my job. I would say I have never dreaded to go to work since I started working in this role. I have never had pre-shift anxiety. It is stressful. It can definitely be stressful and draining, because I am an introvert. So to me, I would say I give a lot to my patients, and I help them in different ways. So it is definitely different from the bedside setting. It could still be stressful, but it is a different kind of stress. Like I said, I have never had that pre-shift anxiety, never dreaded going to work, and I absolutely love the work that I get to do now. It is really rewarding work that I get to do, and I get to change the lives of some of our most important and underserved populations in my county, at least. Our farm workers are amazing. They grow all our fruits and vegetables and pretty flowers, so I just feel really grateful to be able to serve them. And yeah, so let me know if you work in the bedside. I get messages all the time of nurses telling me that they work in the bedside and they really want to leave, and they see the videos that I post, and there's a lot of questions as to how you can get away from the bedside. So I would say just start looking around, and you will see that there are so many opportunities for us as nurses. We can work in outpatient settings, in a med spa, on a cruise ship. Now that cruises are opening back up, we have so many opportunities as nurses. So I think in this video, it was just kind of like a little chit chat video. I just wanted to let you know my experience and why I left the bedside. And And I know currently there is a mass exodus of the bedside due to the pandemic and everything that has happened in the last year and a half. And many nurses are burnt out, they are traumatized, some are leaving the nursing professional completely, the nursing profession completely. And before doing that, if you are contemplating just leaving nursing, I just want to let you know that we have so many other options. So start looking at different job openings. You're going to see all the different settings that we can work in. Before you leave, just try working in a different setting, maybe an outpatient setting, and give nursing another chance. But I know it's not for everybody. So like I said, the disclaimer that I gave in the beginning, bedside nursing is not for everybody. It wasn't for me. I don't know if I would go back to the bedside, but I'll never say never. I guess I would be open to it if something changes, but as of now, I am really happy in my current role, and I don't see myself going back to that setting. Please let me know down in the comments if you have yourself left the bedside, or the other way around. Maybe you were in an outpatient setting and now are working in the bedside and you are happier in the bedside. Let me know. I would love to hear all your experiences down in the comments, and connect with me. I do post frequently over on my Instagram channel, so that my IG is going to be popping up throughout the whole video. If you want to learn more about what public health nurses do and want to see more of what I do, check out my playlist down below. I have tons of day in the life of a public health nurse videos, and I'm going to keep posting here on my channel. I also post on TikTok, so go ahead and follow me there. It's the same handle as my Instagram. If you like nursing and thrifting content, subscribe. It's free, and I do post a new video every Sunday. I hope to see you on my next one. Bye.